Hello everyone, DiSL reporting from another session brings you a Watch Dogs 2 review. With the arrival of Watch Dogs Legion, well, I thought to myself, it's a great idea to jump into Watch Dogs 2 and see how much improvement it made from Watch Dogs 1, and of course how much it can improve towards Watch Dogs Legion. Well, I've played the game offline, so no one watched me playing it, so maybe next time. Anyway, so the game of Watch Dogs 2 is a great game. It got a lot of good things and of course some bad things. And of course, let's start with the good things, because everyone likes good, right? So first of all, the world itself is amazing. Unlike the previous game, Watch Dogs 1, Watch Dogs 2 actually brings the city to be more realistic. Not a car accident every few seconds and stuff. People actually do their stuff, and you know, it's, if you have played it and you watch some people, it seems like more realistic and, well, amazing, well job. And secondly, of course, it's a hacking game, and of course the hacking itself from Watch Dogs 1 became amazing. The control on the cars, the controls everywhere on every aspect, and the fact that you do not get instant hack to cars made it much more entertaining and challenging. Because at Watch Dogs 1 you could have got it as your first skill, and that would like make the game much more easier than it should be. So good job with the skill tree, with the world, and of course with the hacking. Unlike the previous entry, this time Watch Dogs 2 gives you the car and the little chopper, but it's not tied to the DLC, so nice one. And they are functioning much better. When I played the DLC, I believe it's called Blood Money or something like that, Bad Blood, of Watch Dogs 1, the car felt forceful, it felt so bad. And here, as much as it Watch Dogs 2, as much as it felt like, you know, oh, I have to use it, it felt more fun to use it. So those two gadgets actually made things much easier and even much more interesting. I found myself doing some missions with only the little chopper or just the car, you know, just using them and keeping myself quiet and stuff, and ghost as much as I could have made that. Amazing. 10 out of 10 there. Another one thing that I really like is the police. The police right now at Watch Dogs 2 is much better than the police in Watch Dogs 1. They're much harder to evade. There is the lack of that stupid minigame that there is a huge circle or circles that they fill slowly while you're inside them, or I think they're regardless filling up, and then if you're inside, oh my god, the police found you. Great remove. That got me removed. The police became a bit smarter. There is a small problem with that I will talk about a bit later, but the police as a whole, great. You can even help the police, you know? If someone has 3 stars and up, enemy players can invade your game and help the police get you. And if they have the right hacks, it's near impossible to run away. I had a nice thing that actually I'll talk about today. Well, I'll say it now. Once I had 3 stars, someone came to stop me, a player, and I like shot him, took his car, and continued to drive. So even if you are being chased by the police, it's amazing that you can still have the time to interact with other players. They are not so hard on their pursuit, while on the other end they are so hard on their pursuit. So right now I'm going to talk a bit more about the characters and the stories, and I will get into semi-spoilers. I'm not going to get into details, but I will be like talking about things that happens in the story. So if you haven't played the game, okay, just, you know, skip. If you have played the game and you want to hear my opinion, this is your spoiler warning. Okay, here you go. The characters that you meet along the way are well done, actually pretty well written, with a little bit of a problem. This problem I'll cover right now. Okay, so here we go. So the story-wise, the story was pretty good, but here's the big but. The story was like few stories that got stitched together, and felt like, yeah, not enough characters got their own highlights or spotlight that they deserve. There is that one character that comes against you, and she's like, oh, whatever, telling everyone that, hey, what you're doing there, DedSec is doing is bad. You're part of DedSec. That's the whole idea of it, of Watch Dogs 2, if you haven't known. And she says, and this character said, oh yeah, DedSec are a bunch of kids that trying to get attention. And after 6 missions, this character disappeared completely after you demolish her. And I'm like, wait, she's not gonna come back. And apparently there is a DLC, which I have not played, when they bring her back. But for the core gameplay, she just disappeared, like she never was there. And the main villain of the game is like, the first scene is like, oh yeah, I found them, I know them, I'm going to kick DedSec ass. And then there is like, you barely see him, and when you see him, he's like, yeah, I'm a badass. And that's it. Then you find the final mission, you win. I mean, he's not getting enough love, for my opinion, than he should have. I mean, when you see him on screen, he knows exactly what he's doing. He have a plan for everything, and yet it's like DedSec have a free roam everywhere. It's like there is no point. He's like, oh yeah, this Dushan, the enemy, Dushan Nemik, I guess his name. I don't remember. Dushan something. That sounds like Nemik. He's not doing much. He's like, so there is a point that he's like, oh, what am I going to do with you? And look at the camera, and he's like, oh my god, something is about to happen. In a mission or two, he's going to do something, and then there's like, sorry, nothing. So yeah. Every character that you meet, as much as self-development, it's little to no there. Everyone stays pretty much the same. There is a mission that something really bad happened to the group, and Marcus, the antagonist, going, don't worry, I'm going to make sure they will not play with us again, okay, deal with us again. And he's doing his thing, is like, oh yeah, let's all gather up, talk about this event, and then like, that's it, that's all, folks, nothing more, nothing less, and everyone just forgets about this. Yeah, other than that, in the world, the good thing is that the world is opening up, I mean, instantaneously. The moment you finish the tutorial, you can go wherever you want. You can use a fast travel to wherever you want. That's a great thing. However, there are HQ to DedSec in each region, okay? And I'm like, okay. So I'm going into everyone. I can go to every one of them, which I have no reason to. I thought, maybe I will have a quest here eventually. Maybe, I will, they will be like, oh yeah, you could always go and pay attention, pay visit to our HQ at the other zone, and and that will lead to something. And when you get another HQ, okay, you hocus pocus, it's filled with hackers, and there is no like recruit mission to fill those. They're like, oh yeah, hello, how are you doing? So you got inside here, guess you're DedSec, and let's talk about something that it's really stupid and irrelevant. Yeah. Sadly enough, this whole thing shenanigan is not working. I mean, it's breaking the sort of the immersion. I mean, I guess DedSec at that point, while the antagonist Marcus joins, is a very established organization with other people, but at least a basic introduction, like first time you speak, you see like, oh, hello, hey Marcus, I'm Natasha, and I'm here in DedSec, I'm the person here, and yeah, that's it. And the moment that our hero joined the group, and he's like, oh yeah, we're not doing the leadership part, he's actually being the leader, no, we're doing everything like a group, we're taking all of our conclusion or all of our plan. We're agreeing on them together, and everyone have his own special ability. Not ability. How do you call it? His own special. Not property. God damn it. Thing that is specialized in. Okay, one is art, one is hacking, one is explosions, and through their discussion, it seems like everyone knows everything. It seems like there's nothing more unique about them. And when our markets come and say, "Oh yeah, guys, let's do that," and everyone, "Oh yeah, we can actually add that and that," it doesn't feel like it's coming from a group. It feels like it's coming from our Marcus as the leader, so proclaimed leader, and he's like, "Oh no, we're not leaders." And every character development idea that the main story have given completely not existing in the mission after that. So, give and take. So the enemies, the main antagonists and all of the other enemies, they're like meh. Okay? The story of them is like taken from here, take one story from here, one story from here, one story from him, just order them somehow, and tada, we have the story. Feel like they have made a few stories, did not knew what to go with, and then chop them all and do like stitch here, do that, now they did that, here we go, now we have a full-fledged story for the game. Sadly enough, not gonna happen. And the police, sometimes it feels like she's too stupid if she haven't caught you yet, and when she caught on you and you don't have the right hacking tools, the police become like a monstrosity that you cannot escape. So yeah, that's a bit of a yikes. Yeah, but that is until you learn how to act around the police. Learn the AI, learn how it reacts and stuff. After that, it's becoming much more enjoyable to escape from the police. I believe this is the last bad thing I can say about the game, is the grinding. At Watch Dogs 1, you have gotten all of your abilities pretty fast and you finish the game. And you finished everything and you have nothing to work towards, and some of the missions were so repetitive it was so boring. At Watch Dogs 2, on the contrary, and I roamed around, tried to level up, but sometimes the level up system feels so grindy. After finishing the game and going around each zone and collecting a lot of a research point, and those points that let you unlock upgrades, I still have not managed to finish the tree line, all of the skills, and that feels like it's too grindy, even for a single player game. It's supposed to be a single player game. I'm supposed to feel OP, and I'm supposed not to grind few hours just to level up, and everything but the main story gives you not a lot of experience. So yeah, that's a bit of a grindy thingy that Ubisoft did in those years. Watch Dogs 2, Assassin's Creed, Origin stuff. Single player that you need to grind. That's a bad thing, really bad. But Now, I know it was a lot of bad, and well, as much as it was a lot of bad, it was very condensed, as much as you can call it condensed on a few minutes. But let's finish off with a nice touch with the good things. The multiplayer, it's much better. You have much more activities that you can do. There are much more things that you can do. Hacking feels much better, feels much more rewarding, and a bit of annoying if you are getting spotted. But overall, the game itself feels much better, especially the interaction with other players, which is fantastic. I did not done all of the activities. I don't care about racing or chopper thingy race. I don't care about that. I did the co-op, catch people that have 3-star and above, and of of course hacking and stuff, and it was very entertaining, very nice, very fluid, as much as they promised in Watch Dogs 1 and of course in Watch Dogs 2, that there will be like no loading. It's a bit of a scratch, there is some loading, but for the co-op most of the time, because they need to sync the other players, understandable. But if you're going into, like, they're telling you, oh yeah, there is an event next to it, they're like, wow, amazing, I don't even need to load, I just press enter and it's like, oh yeah, you just go there. So yeah, that's actually making the world feel much liver, and you can find some random people, one person at a time, that is from like another players, that you can see him in your world, and he's like, oh yeah, you want to team up? Sure, here you go, you can do it, no problem. So yeah, amazing. Would I recommend this game? Absolutely, this game is fantastic, as much as I cared none about the story, because, well, the story went a little bit to nowhere. I haven't felt like I'm connecting to the characters, I haven't felt like I owe the characters anything. It was like, oh yeah, this character is your ally, this one is your enemy, do it at whatever you want, okay? So yeah, that's a thing. About the guns now. The guns are pretty much natural. I'm not really liked them and did not really hated them. They're like the Ubisoft guns. That's the feel that I have. Every gun that in every Ubisoft game that I remember of playing, it's like, oh yeah, this is the gun, that's what I would do. That's what it does do. But that's it. You get a gun, shoot, okay. You get another gun, shoot. Feels smooth, feels without any weight to it. You know, it feels weightless, and you know, that's the attack rate, shooting rate, fire rate, and that's the reload, and yeah, that's it. I never felt like when using a pistol or a machine gun that they have a weight to them, that they feel too much difference. They felt pretty much the same, so yeah, so when you try it, you will understand. It's the same as Hyperscape. The guns felt weightless, they felt without any real profile to them. They all felt pretty much the same. So, but that's thing that Ubisoft do with most of their games, as much as I remember and, well, feel that for every other game. Watch Dogs 2 as a game is an amazing experience, amazing game, and the mechanics and everything is much improved from the previous entry, and it's a pleasure to play. Despite the fact that the story itself is pretty damn, well, other stories that stitch together and hopefully no one will notice, the gameplay and the missions themselves are not too bad. They are challenging. The free roam in the city is challenging. You do have some puzzles and stuff that you can get, that you need to do to get some extra research point for your phone and stuff. So yeah, other than that, the game itself feels good, is amazing. If you haven't tried it, go for it. Get the game. It's not that expensive. It's pretty good. And for Watch Dogs Legion, I'm looking forward to see what they will do with the game. Yeah. Thank you guys for listening, and of course, I'll see you guys next time.